How this founder went from a YouTube channel to generating $50,000 a month in recurring revenue with a membership program. In this video, we'll be covering the amazing journey of a founder named Rahul Pandey. They're the founder of a product called Taro. It's a monthly membership that's going to allow you to unlock your tech career with expert courses. So you can discover how to navigate the most critical parts of being a software engineer, including job searching, negotiation, promotion, and leadership. They have over 80,000 software engineers from 300 plus companies. See some more stats here, such as 1,000 network users, 300 events, 7,000 questions answered. In terms of pricing, most of the users are on the free membership, but the monthly membership is $60 a month with a yearly upgrade option. They've mentored 80,000 plus engineers through this community, as well as their YouTube channel, and they've gotten engineers promoted from junior to senior at FAANG companies in under 2.5 years, which is 2 times faster than the industry average. So where did Rahul start? They started their career with the Stanford Computer Science program, and they were a former software engineer at companies like Pinterest and Facebook. And in 2019, they started a YouTube channel to go and share what they learned, climbing the ranks of a tech career. Once the YouTube channel reached 100,000 subscribers, which is no small feat, Rahul really started to look at opportunities to build something around this, as there was a ton of demand for career growth advice. So Taro was built. Taro is a freemium model, so most of the content is entirely free, but to unlock the full course catalog and community, you need to join that premium program, which we looked at was $60 a month. And in terms of how they differentiate themselves from the big dogs in the online courses space, they focus on durable leadership skills that become more important as you become more senior, and their instructors are all ex-big tech employees who have worked at companies such as Google, Meta, Amazon, Uber, etc. As the needs of employees at these companies are different compared to others. Taro has also focused on going beyond single-player courses to multiplayer community and events. Rahul also went through the Y Combinator startup program, as they're a first-time founder going into this. And in terms of the benefits, there is a ton of signaling value from getting into something well-known like YC. The pressure and mentorship of the program really helped with launching the business as well as growing it, and the $500,000 they raised in capital is enough to give a full year or two of runway if you have a really small team. In terms of the negatives of this, according to Rahul, the only negative is that the YC funding is more dilutive than other forms of funding, but as a founder, the goal has always been to increase the size of the pie instead of the share of the pie, and they are very glad they did YC. In terms of why the program has been so successful, according to Rahul, it's because they have a humble team of 3, and they've all been engineers at FAANG companies. So as a team, they have deep technical depth paired with above average communication skills for teaching. And if you were to look at the overall Venn diagram of people who are both good engineers and good teachers, it would be very narrow. That's where the value of Taro comes in, as they have a great ability to package time-tested ideas and tactics for engineers who can potentially earn tens of thousands of additional dollars. And the team is full of above average teachers that aren't going to waste your time, as they choose their words wisely and edit out the parts that don't contribute, making their instructions feel very high density. As mentioned, the team size is quite small. And since the team is very small, it lets them all stay in the weeds with pretty much everything, including talking to customers, creating content, building the product, and more. And this has been beneficial to them, as it has allowed them to learn a lot faster and adjust as needed. And with a small team, it's made it much easier for them to be nimble and make optimal decisions. In terms of the distribution channels for Taro, they've been really focused on what they call durable growth and distribution. In terms of the durable growth, that's going to mean they can rely on that distribution channel for months or years, where that content is going to remain to share updates or value about the product. They've spent years investing in both 2 platforms here, so YouTube and LinkedIn, to really grow the audience. However, in terms of the most durable channel, it's going to be email, and it's always the best since you have direct access to a user without relying on an algorithm. After that, according to Rahul, you can pick channels that give you a relationship with the user, such as podcasts or YouTube, and podcasting is really powerful since it creates a deep relationship with the user. LinkedIn is also pretty good too, since it's not hard to show up frequently. And in terms of their posting cadence on LinkedIn, the co-founder Alex will post on LinkedIn almost every day, which is going to lead to millions of post impressions per week. And this has led to tens of thousands of clicks into Taro. And LinkedIn posts are cheap since they're just sharing the most interesting discussions on Taro with some commentary. In terms of getting distribution on these platforms, so much of it is just consistency. Raul has posted on LinkedIn 3+ times per week for more than 3 years now. And along with consistency, the second most important part of LinkedIn is having a strong hook that incentivizes people to read the rest of the post. It's also important to share a strong point of view, as if no one can disagree with your statement, the post probably won't do well, as it's not going to have a lot of engagement. If you've gotten this far in the video, I'm sure you want to build your own micro SaaS, but first you're going to need an idea. And that's why I have sneaky micro SaaS ideas you can steal for free. There's a link in the description below where you can access these free ideas. I also have a complete course on how to build your very own micro SaaS, even if you don't have any SaaS experience. It's a step-by-step academy that's going to show you how to build, scale, and profit from your very own micro SaaS. There's a link in the description below as well, so make sure you check out the course. In terms of Raul's playbook for LinkedIn, it's going to consist of 3 components. The first one is finding a good discussion topic on Taro, adding some personal narrative or opinion about the topic. Common themes include compensation, management issues, or lazy tech workers. Then they're also going to add a link to discussion on Taro to drive traffic and signups. In terms of YouTube, it's extremely powerful for building a deeper level of trust with the consumer. But creating a good YouTube video requires way more effort and time than a LinkedIn post, and they're often spending 20+ hours per video. In terms of what makes a good YouTube video, it's a good idea, title, thumbnail, along with good editing. And this has been a great growth driver, as a common pattern for their users is that they've seen a video of them on YouTube. They're then going to follow them on LinkedIn before creating an account on Taro. Raul's advice is to stay on the treadmill and commit to at least 1 video per week. Do that for a year, and then you'll be able to see what works and what doesn't, remembering that no one's going to think or remember a bad video. So make a lot of them, see what works, and after you make enough bad videos, you start to make good ones. And really figure out how to tell a personal story or share an insight that is unique to you. In Raul's case, the obvious one for them was talking about the high compensation working in big tech and then what they learned earning so much money. These stories are effective since they are uniquely human, not some regurgitation of a blog post or ChatGPT. Raul also has some great advice on getting clarity from users. As with your product, you're really going to need clarity on what you're solving. In looking at Taro as an example, at the early days, their value proposition was very muddy. It was a combination of unorganized videos, a few live events, and a Slack community. It took them a while to really hone in on what engineers wanted. In terms of how they actually found that clarity, it was simply talking to users and asking them to describe the value of the product. According to Raul, you'll be very surprised how different their view is from what you intended. Lastly, according to Raul, creating a successful business requires a ton of patience. Some entrepreneurs are looking for immediate market pull and will pivot to another domain if they don't see it. However, it can be hard to learn anything with this approach, and pivoting so frequently is exhausting. So this is going to conclude the video here on how they went from a YouTube channel to a $50,000 a month recurring revenue community. I'll leave a link for the source for this information below. It was a post on Indie Hackers. If you enjoyed this type of content and you enjoyed this video, I would love it so much if you smash that like and subscribe button below. I'm on the road to 10K there. I'm almost there, and I would love it so much if you could help me get there. I also come up with new SaaS stories like this all the time, so you don't want to miss out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.